So this week I'm going to be talking a lot about struggle love relationships and really just mostly reviewing black women's interpretation of struggle love and their fake outrage. I found it kind of funny that a lot of these women are complaining about black men not doing X, Y, and Z, and then complaining and saying that, oh well, as black women, we're constantly tricked by our men, by their false potential. But then when you let these women talk, you realize that the so-called guys they were with had nothing to show. You will hear when you let these women talk, they'll reveal how the relationship really fell apart, because you will learn that the guys that they were with, didn't have their own place. They didn't have a car, didn't have a job. And so they really knew these guys couldn't measure up. But you know what tends to always... my bad, my apologies. You know what tends to dismantle the relationship on their part? Cheating. So they'll get mad when these dudes cheat and step on them because they feel like that those guys owe them loyalty. And then you'll have women like this and others that I'll show cry, bitch, and moan about how too many straight, cishet, black relationships. And the reason why I use that term cishet and straight, you'll see in another video that I have coming up.
Hello everyone, welcome to Intrinsic Archives. My name is Verlaine, but you can call me V. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. In this channel, we do beauty discussions and lots of commentary, so if you like what you see and you want to see more, go ahead and like and comment down below. If you're feeling the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Show your girl some love and hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to follow me on my social media, Coffee Bean V. It's always a fun time over there. So today we are going to be talking about struggle love, especially black women with struggle love. Now pay
attention that when you see all of these, I can guarantee I never seen this video. So I will tell you this. I can bet you 100% the black men so far are...
have not noticed over the past couple of weeks, a lot of marriages and relationships have been come into question, like Derek Jackson, for example. His cheating scandal has kind of shaken up Instagram, as well as Quavo and Saweetie, Latoya Forever and her husband, or her ex-husband Adam. All these different relationships have come into question in regards to cheating, in regards to scandal, in regards to now this conversation of struggle love. Why did these individuals stay as long as they did, knowing that these individuals cheated on them? Why did they put up with their BS? So on and so forth. So I just kind of want to have a sit down conversation on struggle love, my thoughts on it, and why.
These women put up with these men's BS is because they're select. No matter, so far she's not talking about poverty, but the reason why these women put up with these guys is because they're select. Non-select guys who have had the luxury of having a girlfriend or, a wife or fiance. I'll just kind of dumb it down to girlfriend or even just casual dating. You know that you have to be perfect, and so perfect to the point to where you can't really ask for anything. You can't ask for sex. You can hardly be affectionate, and you have to really you have to step on eggshells to make sure that you don't offend her, because if you do, if you're too red pill or too black pill for her, she will leave and she'll never come back. From my experiences, once I piss off a girl with my views and interpretations of life, they don't come back.
Don't agree with it. So let's get started. Now, first thing first, in regards to these cheating scandals, I'm telling you right now that cheating is not everyone's deal breakers. There are a lot of women or men, agree with it or not, that as long as you cheat in the right conditions, as long as you don't embarrass them in public, as long as you do the conditions correctly, if the financial freedom is too good, the lifestyle, the foundation they've made together is too strong, or if the scandal is too hot for their brand, they are willing to stay and put up with the cheating within the marriage or the relationship. Now, it's okay to them to make that decision if they want to make it. It's all up to them, their time, their relationship, their place. But we have seen it over and over again in Hollywood where a man cheats or a woman cheats, but specifically a man, and the woman takes him back over and over and over again. He goes to jail, she waits. He cheats on her, she takes him back. He has a
select. How, is this really our problem for non-select guys? You know, where even the few women that we are even allowed to deal with, are we making these women stressed out because they're worried about us going to jail? Like, again, majority of these issues black women choose to deal with. Just like with these examples, most of these, I can guarantee you, most of the men who she's gonna call in question are rappers. How many guys in the industry, in tech or business, men in suit, majority of the time wear a uniform or a suit and tie, are you gonna see having these problems? Black women purposely choose these guys, and then when the relationship doesn't work and we non-select guys get angry and upset, they blame us. They don't blame the select guy, they blame us. Because oh, y'all should do better. How? We're not given the chance. And we've gotten tired of you guys talking down on black men, and then at the same time blaming black men who were not given a chance in a relationship. So you can't say that black pill talk, red pill talk, or listening to Kevin Samuels is a problem.
On her, they have a small break, rekindle that love, and now they're one big happy family. But I'm telling you right now, had the roles been reversed, had the women stepped out and cheated, had the women went to jail, or had the woman had a baby on him, he would have never stayed, and there's a reason for it. And I'm telling you right now, had the roles been reversed, the man would never stay. And I truly believe it's because they know their worth. A lot of women truly believe that either watching from their parents or just desperately.
Black women do not select working class non-select guys. Again, it's not. Is it really our fault that they are not attracted to us? No. The fact that we even contribute something to society and they ignore it, not our fault. And now you're mad at the select guys. You're mad at these guys because no matter what you do or how much you mammy for them, or like the divestors like this,
trying to be a ride or die, associates sticking by a man through the rough and the thick of BS will mean she is a ride or die, meaning she is down for her man through thick and thin, and no matter what, she will stay loyal. Do not
die woman. No, why? Because we're not going to jail. We're not risking our lives for shit that's illegal or puts ourselves and others in danger. But remember, these are the same women who tell us we're boring, and then want to act coy and silly and act like, oh, we were the top choice the whole time because Russell Wilson isn't corny. He's awesome and he's cool. Okay, if Russell Wilson had an ups, if Russell Wilson had a UPS hat instead of a helmet, a football helmet, y'all females wouldn't even be checking for it. because the working class black man has been made fun of for the longest. We've been made fun of because we don't uh, aspire to have degrees and just use that as a token way of superiority. And we value trade. We value practical knowledge. You know, like being like electrician, welder, plumber, the very dirty jobs that keeps America afloat. And women, especially black women, even though they've seen poverty longer and more, frequently than other races of women in America, y'all don't even value that. You don't value that shit. And then you guys are angry at us because we're happy. And we are childless and we don't have to deal with the
one of those women who associate disrespect, despair, emotional negligence, abuse as being a ride or die for your partner.
a lot of educated lames would love to treat black women nice. They would love to. They would love to take you guys out to nice dinner dates. They would love to spoil you with affection, spoil you with gifts. But hey, you guys don't want it, right? You guys don't want it. So it's not my fault that Future or Ray Ray and Pookie put you guys through the ringer for bullshit and test it. You have to test your loyalty to a guy who will turn on you in a flip of a hat, drop of a dime.
Struggle love is not a badge of honor. When you're going through struggle love, there's a lot of things people do not tell you what they are going through behind closed doors. There are a lot of individuals who get cheated out of their true worth through struggle love. They truly believe they will get that ring. They will have that last name change. They will be able to fix that individual, and that's not always true. Struggle love is associated with abuse, emotional negligence, cheating, lying, being emotionally drained, spiritually drained, and that's not where you want to be in. And what makes it worse is that you can go through all this trauma, you can go through all this abuse, you can go through all this emotional neglect and not get that gold at the end of the rainbow. And that's what people don't like to talk about, and that's what a lot of individuals, young women and young girls, do not understand. They constantly glorify being a ride or die for their partner, being down for their partner, but not understand the emotional.
It's so funny because when educated lames ask for black women to ride or die, we're just asking you guys to support us, not financially, but show up for our projects, show support, show appreciation. You guys don't do all that ride or die shit for us. I remember when I was in college and I asked black women who I was friends with to show up for this project that I was working on, and they didn't show up. And it was such a slap in the face that I talked to them about it, and the event was like a 4-day event, a 4-night event. I think they even had a double feature, but it was a 4-night event. There's no way it was from Thursday to Sunday. There's no excuse. But they didn't show up for it. And that's as an educated lame, that's something that you have to be used to. You have to be used to just your mom being your biggest cheerleader. And just accepting that. And it sucks. It's painful and it's frustrating. Because it creates jealousy and frustration, because you're seeing your peers, your female peers who turn you down and are looking at Ray Ray and Pookie, and you're scratching your head because you're hearing their stories. Oh, I let Jamal sleep in my house. He was in my excuse me. He was sleeping on my couch, and he stepped out on me. He was talking to another woman. Like, why the fuck would you even deal with that guy? The guy has nothing going on, but yet you're telling me, oh, you can't be with me. You can't be with a guy like me because it makes you look bad. Because you want to be with a guy that women will find sexually appealing, and you want to have that prize and that trophy and that gratification of saying, ha ha ha, I took the guy that you want. And you guys wonder why you lose. You wonder why you talk all this stupid shit of generational wealth. I want to build generational wealth. I want to break family curses. Majority of your relationships are built on sex. That's the main thing killing y'all in these relationships. And you think guys are sex crazy? No, it's you guys are. Women are. Black women are. I've made a video like 5 years ago talking about how black women sell out the race for sex. It makes no sense that we have educated lames literally bitchless. No dating experience. That's what do you expect us to do? Just sit there and we literally have to sit there and watch you guys.
Trauma that you're going to be going through if you stick with struggle love. Now, let me make something quite clear. I understand, especially in the sanctity of a marriage or a relationship, there are going to be struggles. There are going to be relationship issues. There are going to be trials and tribulations. But let me tell you something. If that trial and tribulation has to bring you hell and back, that's probably struggle love. There is a difference between a relationship going through a rocky path and something completely astronomically wrong. And you have to be able to differentiate that. The relationship can't always be struggle for there to be love. And unfortunately, I feel like there is a lot of celebrities who subconsciously promote and glorify this type of behavior and lifestyle. And I also believe there's a lot of men that co-sign it. They genuinely believe that if a woman does not go through hell and back with their BS, that she isn't down for him. And in turn, he won't commit. Now, going back to my original point, struggle love is being glorified is extremely toxic. You shouldn't have to go through the ends of the earth of hell just to obtain some type of love or some type of intimacy. And when you sit back and look at these relationships all over social media, when you sit back and you look at what they portray online and how they brand their image, it makes you realize, like I've been preaching before, stop glorifying relationships on social media. You never know what's happening behind closed doors. You never know what they're putting up there. You never know the abuse that they might be dealing with. You never know what type of emotional trauma that they may be dealing with behind closed doors. On social media, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, they will show you what they want you to see. Until a scandal like this breaks out or until someone comes forward with this breakup, no one really knows what happens behind closed doors. And I feel like there are a lot of reasons why a lot of women especially go through this struggle love or they stick by this struggle love. For example, one reason why I believe a lot of women stay is culture. Now, there are a lot of cultures, including my own. I am Haitian. There are a lot of women, a lot of mothers who will teach their daughters to stay in toxic relationships just to uphold to the culture. It's not good for
bullshit. Are you really telling me black mothers are literally teaching their daughters this bullshit? No. They're teaching their daughters to be with select guys who will fuck them over. That's the real truth about it. They're not standing by the non-select guy in the library and talking about, oh my god, I hope you ace this final so you can graduate and you can get that tech job that you always wanted. No, we don't get cheerleaders. Educated lames do not have cheerleaders. We do not have anybody on our side. We're always on our own. And you telling me, and you're telling me black women are being coached by their mothers to be in struggle relationships. And whose fault is that? Let's just run with it. Who struggle relationships with who? These little select fuck boys you guys brag about?
Woman to leave a man. It's not good for a woman to leave her husband. She should be able to stay. That's what we're.
Meanwhile, the non-select black man who's doing right, doing good in life, he doesn't get this so-called loyalty, this race loyalty. It's funny how that race loyalty talk doesn't apply to us. We literally look crazy, look at y'all crazy, because we're like, what the fuck? Race loyalty? Y'all tell us we're the whitest pieces of shit in the world. And that's all just because we read books. And then we educate our minds and shit. Or just because we're 5'5". We don't play sports and we, do other things. But yeah, you're telling me y'all are race loyal to the core. And you have to follow these select fuck
being taught. And some women are teaching their daughters how to be doormats. Despite his BS, despite him cheating, despite him stepping out.
We live in a fucking matriarchy where women can literally just beat a man up for the assumption of cheating. And you're really telling me black women are raising their daughters to just accept abuse and just accept a man running over them. I'm so tired of this.
By him violating the vows and the commitment and the covenant that he made in his marriage, despite all that, you should stay. And that isn't always good. Teaching their daughters to essentially almost be doormats to whatever the man subjects them to be is not okay, especially when the same thing is not being preached to the other side. Now, a lot of times, if a woman steps out on her marriage, or if a woman cheats, you best believe they're telling them to leave their wife, to leave that relationship. And I just think it's funny how.
I'm gonna put a comment. I really do think that this video deserves a comment. Let me say it's funny how. Damn, I don't know what to put. It's funny how black women. Around the diaspora
we'll preach one thing to the girls, but we won't preach the same thing to the boys. Now, the second reason why I feel like a lot of women will stay is because they don't realize there are options out there. A lot of men understand. If a woman cheats, they know they can drop them like a hot pocket and find someone else. And there's nothing wrong with that. They understand there are options. They understand that there is someone better out there than you. Especially if you want to violate or cheat or do something that completely violates the relationship or the marriage that you have chosen to be in. They understand that there are someone out there. They do not put all their eggs in one basket. And what I'm not saying for you to have different men on the side, but I'm telling you right now, there are options out there. You do not have to stay with the dusty just because he's giving you a little.
Oh, the dusty. I love when you black women use that word. You use that dusty. Fuck these dusty ass niggas. I'm like, okay. You slept with him. You sucked his dick. Like, you guys love acting tough when it's like the final round and you're already losing. Like, y'all kill me with this shit. For you dusties, and you already lost. You already slept with him. You already had his kid. You already sucked him off. You already had sex with him. You took him back 3.
Bit of time and attention, and he's calling you pretty. There are other men out there that will treat you like a queen, that will treat you the way you ought to be treated. And we have to understand that. Another reason why I feel like women stay, and agree with me if you will, but some women enjoy that toxic relationships. Now hear me out. There are a lot of individuals, I will say, because men do it as well, who are extremely compassionate, who are mother-father figures almost, and that kind of like that personality, caring personality trait. If you believe in zodiac signs, I don't really believe in zodiac signs like that, but the Cancers of the relationships, the Taurus, and will tend to find relationships or will find men who they have to fix. For some odd reason, this romanticizing of, well, he has potential if I just tweak him here or if I just fix him.
And this, I'm kind of tired of listening to this bitch. And it's funny when they talk about this potential building shit. It's with dudes who are like low in the bottom. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, like I said before, it's dudes with no house, no, they don't live anywhere. They're homeless, no car, no job. This isn't like some, oh baby, I have this kind of an invention and I want to get it patented, and I just need some money because the bank they refuse to loan me money. I think it's because of racism. You don't hear those stories. You don't hear that type of shit. It's with dudes who are literally in the bottom, and you guys want pity for that shit. No. I'm so tired of that, man.
There, maybe he'll treat me the way I ought to be treated. If I give this person my love, my attention, my time, and my effort, maybe.
I'm done. I can't, man.